ago is a lot better than the weed you're getting off the dispo shelves today. You're absolutely right. And it's not nostalgia making you feel that way, guys. I actually have the scientific evidence that proves that the cannabis and the weed that we smoked 20, 30 years ago did a lot better job of what it's supposed to do to what's being put on the shelves today. And in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about, guys. What's going on? My name's Chris from Ambrosia Buds, and I've done a lot of videos about the THC labeling and just how corporate cannabis is just bringing down the quality of everything. And in those videos, I get a lot of comments of everybody always says the same thing. Everything we smoked 20, 30, 40 years ago was way better. And these people are absolutely right. Now, thanks to a documentary done by BBC in the UK called Should I Smoke Dope, which is about a journalist out of the UK named Nikki Taylor, who did probably one of the greatest pharmaceutical cannabis experiences.
And I ain't gonna pause it too much. I just want to say welcome to my new channel. This is my second reaction channel. React to whatever I want on here. And I've been Chief of Herb since like 2017. And I'm from the Bay Area, you know, so I grew up smoking flavors. I grew up smoking Gelato 33, Gelato 41, Sherbet, Guava, before all this stuff was Runts cookie. Like, I mean, I grew up smoking cookies before it was, I was smoking blue cookies before it was cookies and cream, root beer, za, patchouli, strawberry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it turned to some whole other shit. Like, I feel like Burner, I can't blame Burner, but like once the Runts and all that came out, once the packaging for the Runts and all that stuff started to drop, once Runts came out, everything went left. I noticed that. Once Runts came out. Then when it got legalized, it went even more left. But I only been chiefing since 2017, you know? So technically I'm new, but still, I'm from somewhere where it's very, very potent herb, real herb flavors are us. But I feel like even if you go to the Bay Area now, it's still watered down. You still got to know somebody like, what always kind of been like
experiments ever to be put on film really that nobody knows about. It wasn't marketed like Reefer Madness. You know why? Because big cannabis and corporate cannabis and all these dispos would hate if you knew what I'm about to tell you, but I'm going to tell it to you anyways. So what she did, it was a 2-day experiment, guys, where she took 2 different compounds. So what you have to realize is the majority of what's being sold on the shelves right now in the cannabis market, even though we're not federally legal, is pure THC. Like, everybody is shooting for a higher THC count for marketing purposes. And I mean, I've made videos about this. Like, when you say, like 20, 30 years ago, a high THC rating was like 15 to 18%. And that was great fucking weed. Nowadays, people are looking at labels and they want that 20, 25, 30% THC level. But what you also have to realize is the dominant product when it comes to the market in the dispos is like, it's tinctures, distillates, like they're basically stripping it down to just the THC. So a lot of what's being consumed now is just pure concentrates. Not cool. And I'm going to explain to you why in this documentary. And Nikki Taylor actually went through this process to prove this to be true. So what she did in this documentary is it was a 2-day thing. She took pure THC and then she just did normal flower. Okay. And there's a psychology test, I forget the name of it, where it rates it from like a 1 to 10. Okay. As far as like what kind of effect it has. So day 1, Nikki Taylor, UK journalist, just does normal flower. And 1 on this test scale measurement, 1 is good. And she did. She got giggly. She got the high that we all shoot for. Well, at least I hope we all shoot for, as far as like what we expect when we ingest cannabis or weed or THC, or not just THC, but flower. It's the high that people strive for recreational use. She got giggly. She probably got the munchies. And on that scale, she scored a 1. And this is not her scoring herself. This is somebody else observing her. So she scored a 1, which is a healthy result. It's the best result you can get on this scale. Day 2, what she does is she's giving just pure THC, just the THC compound. Okay, and she freaked the fuck out. Okay, and what happened is on that scale, on that measurement test, she scored a 14. That's higher with this test than somebody with clinical schizophrenia would score. Okay, on a 1 to 10, she gets a 14. She got completely paranoid, freaked the fuck out. And I'm sure you guys have seen people that have had this happen to them
They don't need to be
currently
smoking.
or
I ain't
recently
gonna lie to you.
because of what's being marketed and what's being sold on these shelves.
I'm gonna keep it
Now,
a bean,
why did
bro.
this
If you having psychosis off of herb, bro, if you freaking out off of some herb, I get the dispensary shit could be tapped and stuff, but like, bro, I got a good dispensary I go to, you know what I'm saying? But I have been to some terrible dispensaries, and it took vetting for years and to figure out which ones was the best because with me, I don't know all the names and certifications, but my intuition and my spirit know what's real herb because I've chiefed real herb ever since the start. You know, so I never grew up chiefing BS. So I know what's good. So I don't go in the store looking for the purple weed or the highest testing. Just give me whatever half deals y'all got on some bowls. Okay, it might not be the highest and the most zop, but it's good bud. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go in there and say, what's the best shit y'all got? That's when you get this bullshit. No cap. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Like a lot of people, I smoke woods. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, you need to smoke papers, you know. But shit, I used to drink lean too, and I tell people you don't drink lean, so that's how it is. I've been 4 years clean out the lean. I'm Cali sober. I only smoke herb, you know what I'm saying? But I had got this half, right? Like Phoenix Flexing, he had this good little bow that was going around for a minute. This was a pineapple donut, you know. But I went back and got some a few weeks ago, like a week ago, and they sold me dry ass bud. So now I'm stuck with this dry bud. But it was good a few weeks ago, so they sell you old bowls in there. But at least I know the weed is like I'd rather deal with this herb, this weed because I know it's real. It's like a $60 half. This was $100 half, right? But I got it for free because I stacked up all my points, right? It was called it's Mojave. It's the Mojave half. That's one that's the higher test. That's what they call it, the higher testing one, right? But the strand was a midnight moon sun, right? And it give like that OG blue dream type of vibe. If I could give it like a vibe, like I give it like a high. It's like a high indica hybrid, but they say it's an indica. But then I don't like the ones where you can't look at the bud too. So sometimes I be having to run through ones to see which ones is good. It's a whole process, you know. But when I moved from my hometown, the Bay, and I moved to AZ, I moved to the desert. I had a plug I was going to, right? But the plug I was going to, he had some good bud. I'm not gonna lie to you, but as time went on, bro, I started spending too much money with bro. You know, and I got tired of just relying on people and calling people and hitting them up, and I was just buying too much herb, and I was running through way too much herb. So now that I go to the same dispensary I've been going to for about a year or two, and it helps my moderation with the herb because when I go to the plug, I'm copping QPs. You gonna get deals. You trying to get extra, like bro, it's just too much. I'll go get me a half. I'm good for the week. You feel me? Bro, I used to run through QPs every month. Now it's like, I need bro 2 zips. I'm good the whole month, and I don't buy them in advance because when you buy them in advance, you run through them faster. So you gotta in these times, bro. If you having psychosis about the herb, quit. If you haven't feeling, you thinking about quitting, or you don't want to chief no more, just quit, bro. Or cut back. But like, don't bring yourself. Oh, I want to quit. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I mean, I gotta stop smoking. Like, bro, just do it or not. I don't. Every time I smoke and roll up, I don't think in my head, oh, I gotta stop smoking. Like, you just torturing yourself, bro. Like, what's the point of even like? That's some human shit, bro. Like, you gotta relax, man. You gonna do this shit or not? You in or you out, nigga? Nah, man. Herb in, herb out, man.
happen? And this is a actual term, guys. So it's called the entourage effect. And this is not a marketing term for dispos, okay, or these multi-state operators and these MSOs like Hello Beyond or True Leaf. This is an actual term. So
True Leaf is all
when
right.
you strip THC away
Jars is
from
the
the
best
terpenes, because
dispensary
I've
though.
always said this, when you look at a flavor profile or the labels, you're not getting everything you need on the label. And this is where this comes into play. Because I've always, been an advocate of the terpenes, but it also has to
The
revolve around the
terpenes.
CBD. When you take the terpenes and the CBD away and you just have the pure THC, you're going to get the schizophrenia effect. Not fucking cool. That's not the way the plant or the compound was made to be experienced. Okay. And when you just smoke flower, you have the full balance of the plant. What you have to realize is Mother Nature is the greatest engineer of all time. So
Yes.
why are you guys trying to fuck her plant up?
Keep
Huh?
it how it
I'm asking you.
is.
Because the plant has whatever strain or
Hit that
genetic you
like, man.
grow, the plant's going to balance the THC level out with the proper CBD level and the terpene profile. So, and what that
Terpene.
does is when you understand the cannabinoid system within the body, the CBD and the terpenes are a buffer to
The terpene beings. Look, bro, don't let that go over your head. We have cannabinoid receptors. We're meant to intake herb.
prevent that THC from just giving you the schizophrenia effect or just the paranoia and the
They ain't
sheer
got no
terror.
melanin, that's why they
Okay,
psyching
they
out.
all have to work in a
Nah,
balance
I'm just
for
playing.
one another. It's like a perfect recipe, like baking a cake or doing a layer cake. You can't just have like all sugar.
Right.
You're gonna get type 2 diabetes. Or in this case, if you have all THC, you're gonna get pretty much temporary schizophrenia. And I mean, and we've all seen it, guys. So with all these new kids coming out thinking that high THC is the best or pure THC is what you want, you're absolutely wrong. You guys just got an education from the old heads. The old heads are absolutely right. Like prime example behind me on my outdoor, I have an old school strain Maui Wowie. Everybody's going back to the land races. And the reason for that is because those land races have the balance for the CBD and the terpene profiles. All these hybrids and everything have really just screwed up the genetics. I know it's trendy, like the runts, the Girl Scout
I
cookies,
told you.
all the varieties and the flavors and stuff like that.
What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you I don't know about all these terms and symbols, but I've lived this shit? What did I tell you? I lived through the shift. Now, one thing I can say is I lived through the shift. Well, my shift, because I feel like every generation probably shift. But I lived through my shift. Runch destroyed everything. I'm telling you. I've seen that shit. Runch killed everything. That's when everybody started spraying shit. Now it's all how I smell. When I bust open a pack, how I smell. How I smell. Like as long as it smell, woo. As soon as the nigga, woo. Like no, bruh, no, ain't no woo, ain't no woo. There is good flavors out there, good ass herbs, but all that, woo. Oh yeah, this it, bro. 120 for the pack. Oh, this going crazy. Fucking straight sprays, New York and shit, and niggas taking that shit to Atlanta. I'd be sad if I lived out there. I would never. I could never. I feel like that's probably why I don't really gravitate towards the South and all that either. Because they ain't a herb. They ain't good on. They ain't herb, dog. They bad on herb. They be on some whole other shit. See, over here in the West Coast, we don't have to look hard for good herb, bro. Just to be honest, man. Like, it's around. But if you in other states, like imagine being in Tennessee trying to get good herb. Oh my goodness. And you gotta rely on certain dispensaries. Even if it is a dispensary, like that shit ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be the same. Like you in Vegas, Arizona, the Bay. Cause at first when I moved to Arizona, I'm like, oh bruh, Arizona weed, but I'm like, man, it's still close. We close to the house. And I know we get around and stuff, but AZ is close. So it's good herb around, you know? And you can find good herb anywhere, but at what ticket and at what cost? Most people are gonna go for reliance, so they're gonna go to that dispensary. And I'm not saying you can't go to AZ and go to some fluky dispensaries though, like what is it called? He said True Leaf. They alright. True Leaf is alright. They got Cure Leaf. I used to go there, they garbage now. They fell off. They used to have good herb and then they stopped. And the moment they stopped, once the moment you start smoking shit, like I remember I was smoking shit called Donnie Burger, that was the last herb I got, and it was literally tastes like I was hitting a wax pen or a vape. And I'm like, oh hell no, this ain't even herb no more. I don't know what this was. It was tasting like vape, like a flavor. Like let's just say it wasn't Donnie Burger. Let's just say it was like purple burger or something. It tasted like a purple synthetic burger, not a burger, but like burger ass weed. Nah, but it was some burger weed for real. But it tasted like purple vape pen, purple exotic fruit vape. Like what the fuck? Smoking straight air. Terpenes. I didn't know it was called terpenes. Terpene beans. Terpenes. Terpia. Hella Tartaria and Terpia. Bro, I'm done, bro. I'm fried right now, bro. Nigga, I'm trying to search up terpenes. Nigga pulled up the animal, bro.
But you have to stay in your lane. You have to keep the plant in the lane to get the true experience that one should when it comes to partaking in the use of cannabis, guys. So that's it for right now. So if you like what I'm talking about, stay tuned. Do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, because I still have to do a video about the one person that died, not from using cannabis, but for working for a legal cannabis facility.
Whoa! Yeah, though, man. I'm gonna make this thumbnail real quick. Y'all couldn't see what I was doing off the phone. Hit that like though if y'all want some more reactions, man. Let me know if y'all want me to react. I'll react to everything on this page, man. I don't give a fuck no more. I ain't reacting no more on my main page because they on my line. They on my body. So